Over the years, the world of cinema has witnessed a breathtaking transformation, thanks to the advent of video effects. From the practical effects of the past to CGI, video effects continue to shape the way stories are told on the screen. Now, let's dive into the fascinating evolution of video effects in cinema. In 1857, Oskar Rejlander created the world's first special effects image by combining different sections of 32 negatives into a single image, making a montage combination print. In 1895, Alfred Clark created what is commonly accepted as the first ever motion picture special effect. While filming a reenactment of the beheading of Mary, Queen of Scots, Clark instructed an actor to step up to the block in Mary's costume. As the executioner brought the axe above his head, Clark stopped the camera, had all of the actors freeze, and had the person playing Mary step off the set. He placed a Mary dummy in the actor's place, restarted filming, and allowed the executioner to bring the axe down, severing the dummy's head. Techniques like these would dominate the production of special effects for a century. It was not only the first use of trickery in cinema, it was also the first type of photographic trickery that was only possible in a motion picture, and referred to as the stop trick. Georges Melies, an early motion picture pioneer and the stage manager at the Robert Houdin Theatre, accidentally discovered the same stop trick. According to Melies, his camera jammed while filming a street scene in Paris. When he screened the film, he found that the stop trick had caused a truck to turn into a hearse, pedestrians to change direction, and men to turn into women. Afterwards, Melies was inspired to develop a series of more than 500 short films, developing or inventing, in the process, techniques like multiple exposures, time-lapse photography, dissolves, and hand-painted color. Melies' most famous film, Le Voyage dans la Lune, 1902, whimsical parody of Jules Verne's From the Earth to the Moon, featured a combination of live action and animation and also incorporated extensive miniature and matte painting work. Thus, he was creating the illusion of environments not present at the filming location, a fantastic achievement for his period. Things began to change by the mid-1920s. Schufftan process was used in movies like The Metropolis, 1927, where it was patented and popularized by the German cinematographer Eugen Schufftan. The technique consists of covering part of the camera's view with a mirror, allowing filmmakers to assemble an image from multiple parts. In the 1950s to 1960s, the motion control rig and the first interactive computer graphics were developed, which allowed precise control and repetition of camera movements for producing visual effects. This was noticeable in War of the Worlds, 1953, Forbidden Planets, 1956, and The Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, 1959. During the same period, the first use of the blue screen was recorded in Ten Commandments, 1956. Blue screen is a film technique in which the background of a scene is filmed in front of what looks like a blue screen, then replaced by computer-generated imagery. The result is that actors can be inserted convincingly into scenes with backgrounds that are not otherwise possible. Even more, until the end of the 1960s, the University of Utah opened the first CG department. Ray tracing, which simulates the lighting of a scene and its objects by rendering physically accurate reflections, refractions, shadows, and indirect lighting, was developed by Bell Labs and Cornell University. The technique bump mapping, revolving around making a rendered surface look more realistic by simulating displacements of the surface, was developed by James Blinn. In the 1970s, Bezier curves were discovered, along with Gouraud shading and Phong shading. These were used for modeling smooth curves in computer graphics and offer better control over the color intensities of the displays. After these discoveries and the famous rendering of the Utah Teapot, Tron's extensive 3D CG usage was made possible, while Industrial Light and Magic produced the first ever CG image for Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, in 1982. Starting with 2000, the massive usage of VFX and CGI became very common. In 2001, Sinbad, Beyond the Veil of Mists, was the first feature-length film to be made primarily in motion capture. Also, films like The Matrix and Avatar unleashed a new era of visual effects, creating virtual worlds and mind-bending sequences that were once unimaginable. CGI allowed filmmakers to manipulate reality, defy gravity, and breathe life into extraordinary characters. But perhaps the critical relevance of CGI was best illustrated through Avengers: Endgame, 2019, the highest-grossing movie of all time. For this blockbuster, CGI technologies were used for circa 90% of the duration of the movie. And there you have it, the evolution of video effects in cinema. We hope you enjoyed this exploration of the world of visual effects. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with more movie juice content.